Good evening, everyone. This is your host, Dan Stafford, with the Midwestern Geek in Cali YouTube channel. I'd like to thank everyone for taking the time to watch and spending a little time with me on the holiday week here. I would like to also wish everyone Happy New Year upcoming. Hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas with friends and family. Safe and happy holiday. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you're celebrating. Hope everyone's having a great holiday season this year and a wonderful 2020 coming up. So I've got a few stories that I'd like to get into this evening. This is episode 99 of Midwestern Geek in Cali. Now, I will let you know you won't find 98 other episodes up on the blog or on YouTube, because this show originally started as an audio-only podcast. So there's a lot of early episodes that need to be converted to video and uploaded to YouTube before you'll be able to get all the episodes of Midwestern Geek in Cali in one place. That's a project that I'll be working on a little bit at a time over the next probably 2 or 3 years, since I'm a one-man band. I do it all myself. So on that note, I do have a few interesting stories for this evening, and I'm going to go ahead and start getting into that. But let's do a little bit of infinity screen here so that I can show you what's going on. All right, one of the things that I've been spending a little time doing over the last several years is a little bit of holiday artwork. I love to draw, and my preferred medium is either colored pencil or colored pen and ink on paper. This is a Santa Claus that I like to do on Christmas card envelopes, and when I send them out, hand drawn. And also, favorite drink. Yeah, I love eggnog and bourbon. That's a real favorite holiday drink of mine. A little bit of bourbon, maybe an ounce, ounce and a half, 2 tops, in a tumbler with eggnog, stir it up good, and then add some spice on top. Oh man, that's good. And then, yeah, I'm one of those people that loves fruitcake. I get these once a year. I've still got a little bit of this year's left. And I know it's a love it or hate it kind of thing, but yeah, I do love fruitcake. All right, little holiday art from 2016, little Star Wars fan art here. R2 and C-3PO on a mission to the North Pole. And then a little Christmas Yoda for you here. And let's see. Oh yeah, Merry Xmas. If you're an X-Files fan, that's one that I did in 2017. And this was 2015. Not sci-fi, but definitely fun and seasonal, and we'll leave that there. I'm going to go ahead and head over to the blog for a minute. Actually, that's the YouTube channel. You can find us, of course, on YouTube at Midwestern Geek in Cali Podcast on the YouTube channel. And then you can find us at www.midwesterngeekincali.com. That'll get you to our blog on blogger.com, blogspot.com. Actually, Blogger is the website of the hosting service. And there's quite a few other older episodes, show notes, video, everything you want there as far as what we have available in video for Midwestern Geek in Cali you can find here. Also over on the right hand side you'll find links to our social media presence and other assorted interesting stuff. Of course, all my certifications that I've been earning, there's quite a few, and etc. over here. So if you get a chance, and if you're so inclined, please do stop by the channel and subscribe. Subscriber numbers help. The more subscribers I get, the more I'll be able to put time into this show over the long term. And on that note, let's get into a few of the tech stories. Now, I think this one's going to be kind of interesting. They've actually figured out how to do printed electronics on skin. I think this is going to eventually lead to tattoos that allow you to do things like remotely control your phone via a tattoo on your skin. I think it might even lead to better non-invasive brain-computer interfaces. Eventually, maybe even displays tattooed on the skin. You never know. Your body art could actually become your personal electronics over time. So I think this is one to follow. And of course, all these articles will be linked in the show notes over on the blog. So these are ones that I think are they're in their early stages now, but I think they're going to become a bigger and bigger deal over time. Now, the next one is kind of a bright story, or maybe not so bright. Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse is a red giant star in the upper left corner of the constellation Orion, and it has been dimming. It's been getting more and more dim lately, and right now it's about at the dimmest level that it's ever been recorded at. Now, this is a red giant star. It's 600 light years away, so anything happening there that we see, anything that we see going on with this star happened 600 years ago in our time, because it takes light 600 years to get here from there. So there's some some speculation that Betelgeuse may be about to go supernova. It's at or near the end of its life cycle for a star that large. That's about 20 times larger than the Sun, I believe. And it's liable to go supernova sometime in the next billion years or so. And if it does, it could be quite the light show. I mean, that would be the light show of a lifetime, really, for astronomical phenomena. Damage here, nothing. You're not really gonna have any damage per se on Earth, but you would get quite a light show, and it would be visible probably for a few days during the day even, and then it would be capable of casting actual shadows at night. So if it does go supernova, it's going to be pretty spectacular. So keep an eye on that news. And then another star-related story. Physicists discover how to safely create star power on Earth. That headline's a little bit ahead of the game there, I think, but this is interesting. They've figured a way to use boron powder to actually do a lot better control over fusion plasma in fusion reactors. This could become a much bigger deal, and it could be a big breakthrough in nuclear fusion technology. And what that would mean for energy on Earth would be huge. So that's definitely a story to follow. Another big story is the Tesla million-mile battery. So there's a newer story than the one that I'm referencing here that just came out in the last couple of days, that Tesla has developed a new electrolyte that's going to be even better than what they're talking about in this story. But it's looking more and more like Tesla's battery packs are going to be able to last closer to 1,000,000 miles. I know the headline here is talking about robot taxis, but the really big deal for million-mile batteries is the electric semi-truck. All right, semi-trucks generally are expected to run about 1,000,000 miles before they're retired and replaced. So if you get a 1,000,000-mile battery pack in an electric semi, that's going to be a big deal. I mean, that's like 2 round trips to the moon and back. All right, and if you get a 1,000,000-mile battery pack in your electric car, that's going to be a big savings for the electric car buyer too. So that's a big deal. You're talking probably what, $10,000 to $20,000 to replace an entire battery pack in an electric car. Yeah. A 1,000,000-mile battery pack is going to be a huge deal for electric car owners. So it's interesting, and it's a good story, and there's more to it that's coming down the pipe. I'll see if I can catch the newer story and get that in the show notes as well. So real quickly, what I've been working on for school. I've been working on a Microsoft Certified Solutions Associate in Windows Server 2012. This is the tail end of the original student program that I signed up for. And this is what I've been diving into since back in about November of 2018. I've been working on this certification series. In order to get that MCSA, you have to pass the 70-410. That's a typo there. It's actually 70-410, 70-411, and 7412 Microsoft exams. I've got the first two done, and I am probably within 2 to 3 weeks of attempting the 412. So I am getting really close. Now, once I get done with this, it's a major certification. It really is. I know Server 19 is out there, Server 16 is out there, but Server 12 is basically the same thing, just a little bit older version. It's like, like an updated version of Windows 10. The Server 19 courses aren't even available yet. They probably won't be out for a couple of years. It usually lags the operating system by about 2 years before you can get the training courses and stuff designed to help you earn those certs. The students at school started in Server 16 this past spring, or late spring. And I'm going to have to learn Server 16 by the end of the year. So I'm going to have quite a bit on my plate this year as far as studying goes. But I'm just about there on Server 2012. It's a major one, and you wish me luck. I've got a lot of work cut out for me. This is why I may not be able to get another show out before New Year's. So if I don't get a show before New Year's, I want to wish everyone a happy and safe New Year. I hope 2020 and beyond are a fantastic year and decade for you. And I'm really looking forward to doing more Midwestern Geek in Cali as much as I can. But I believe 2020 is going to be a big push for me as far as technical certifications. So I might be a little bit slight on the YouTube side for this coming year as well. Beyond that, it's probably going to slow down a little bit for me as far as chasing certifications, and I'll be able to spend more time with you. But I will do my best to bring out some interesting news in 2020 and beyond. And let's talk a little bit about the crystal ball for 2020. Let's see here. I know there's a lot of fantastic stuff going to be coming up in 2020. There's so much that has happened in the last 2 years in science and technology. It's not even funny. But I'm going to go a little bit out on a limb, and I'm going to say starting in 2020 and just beyond, Linux for home PC users is going to get bigger and bigger. I think it's going to start getting a lot bigger starting in 2020 and in the next decade. I think Linux has gotten a lot easier to use. It's free and open source. It has a lot less headaches with updates and stuff. It's able to do a whole lot more than it used to be able to do, and it is really just about ready for prime time for home users. And I think you're going to see Windows going to probably more of a subscription model or enterprise focus, and I think the home user is going to almost have to switch to Linux to be able to deal with it. So I foresee Linux becoming a bigger and bigger deal in 2020 to 2030 timeframe, sooner rather than later. The other thing that I think is going to be big in the 2020s is going to be satellite constellations for broadband internet. That's going to be a big deal starting late next year and into 21, especially 2021, but it'll start late in 2020. So on that note, I'm going to call it a night and say thank you to everyone for listening. And excuse me. You can find us again at www.midwesterngeekincali.com, and you can find us on Twitter at Midwest Geek in Cali, and on Facebook at Midwestern Geek in Cali group. So thank you again. Happy New Year. This is episode 99, wrapping up, and this is your host, Dan Stafford with Midwestern Geek in Cali. Wishing you safe and happy holidays, and thank you again for listening.